Hello, everybody. It's me, the Excellent Reviewer, and we have got quite a bit to talk about discussing the season 7 finale of Game of Thrones. Now, one of the things that I've been watching, I've been watching this show since I think the third season, around that era, that time span. And the one thing that I felt as though watching throughout all the seasons was that it always seemed as though the finales had sort of a lackluster ending for each finale. That's what I felt, that nothing really major happened. That was just my opinion. That nothing really big happened throughout the the finales in the show's history. But this one, oh, this one had a lot happening, a lot, and we're gonna get down to it. We're gonna start off with the first major thing, and that is the meeting between basically the good guys, almost every major character that is left in Game of Thrones, and Cersei. So they all like gather up in this huge meeting because this is a big moment. And what I really liked about this episode, what I really liked about it was the fact that there were interactions with the characters. Some of the interactions that we have not seen for a long time, or that we just have not seen in general. Like for instance, the whole reaction, the whole interaction between Cersei and Jon Snow. They've been on the show for years, but this is the first time that they had interacted with each other. Now, they saw the whole point of this was to have the White Walkers, to show Cersei that the White Walkers, they do exist. And another thing was key to note was Brienne of Tarth and the Hound. They meet again once with each other, and she's all like, "I thought you were dead," and he was all like, "No, but you came very close. You came very close to killing me." And again, that I speak for these reactions, these interactions with the characters that we have not seen for a long time, or that are just happening right before us. So, like, there's a long walk over here to the place where every party is going to meet, and like, what was her name? Cersei, my bad. Cersei notices that, hey, where's Dany? Where's Dany? I don't know where she is. And Tyrion's like, oh, she's coming, she's coming. And all of a sudden she rides in through a dragon. She's got to look grand. She's got to look grandiose and everything because she is the Dragon Queen. What I thought was going to happen because the Hound, that's Sandor. I think that's Sandor Clegane. Is like, if anybody touches what's in the box, I'm going to kill you first. And naturally, I thought someone's gonna play open with the box. And another thing that was interesting was Sandor and Gregor Clegane meet once again. They're all like, it's just amazing, the interactions with these characters, because we have not seen Sandor and Gregor Clegane in front of each other in quite a long time. The Hound, he was the one that has his face burnt. He's all like, he's talking to his brother, and he's like, "You're more ugly than I am." And he gives this whole thing like, "Oh, it doesn't really matter. Everything's gonna end." Stuff like that spiel. But I thought it's so great to have this interaction with the characters. And he leaves, and so they're all like John's about to talk, and then Euron is all like, "Hey, I've got your sister." He's taunting. What was his name? Oh, I forget his name. The guy who has no dick. Euron. No, that's Euron. Euron taunted. God, this is gonna drive me crazy. What was his name? I just. Let me look it up because Game of Thrones. I by the way, I fashioned it in the word where it says, Googling it says "man with no dick in Game of Thrones." Not Varys, not Grey Worm. I see his picture, but I don't know. I forgot his name. Theon. There we go. Theon. That was his name. Theon Greyjoy. Okay. So he taunts Theon, and he's all like, your sister, your sister is in my capture, and come and get her, or else, I'm gonna kill her. And they're all like, no, we got bigger business to handle. Bigger business to handle. And finally, here comes Gregor, I believe, or is it Sander? No, it's Sander. I remember. I know, because I Googled it one time. And he comes in. He's carrying the huge box. They're like, look, this is the big threat that awakens us, that faces us. Because they brought back the White Walker, the army of the dead. But, like, nothing is happening. Nothing is moving. And then, all of a sudden, he, like, takes the top off. And, again, no movement. And he pushes it out. He, like, kicks it over. And then it comes straight over Dany. Not to Dany, my bad. He goes straight over to Cersei. And she has the biggest face of fear. And, like, but there was that moment where nothing was happening, where you thought, oh, somebody let it loose. I thought somebody had let it loose. But all of a sudden, it comes in, and it lunges straight. It lunges straight for Cersei, and then the Hound has to, like, pull it back because it's in chains, cuts it in half. And Jon explains it can only be killed by two ways, either by dragonglass or by fire. These are the only two things that can kill it. And Cersei sees the danger. She sees it. Like, she's all like, holy moly. Like, she sees, like, this is legit. This is legit. And so she's like, okay. She's like, okay, I'll give you the army. I'll let you guys out. We'll team up with each other. On one condition, on one stipulation. And it is the fact that Jon Snow can fight. He can't fight at all. And I don't know why she doesn't want him to fight. I could be wrong in this whole reasoning. If I am, let me know in the comment section below. But she's all like, you can't help. You can't fight. You go back to Winterfell. That's her whole thing. Go back to Winterfell. And he's like, I really can't do that because you're not my queen. Dany's my queen. And she's like, okay. Then, simple as that, we're leaving. We're not going to help you. And, like, Dany, she's all like, okay, I get it. You're loyal to me. And I get that, and I appreciate that. I respect that. But she's all like, if we came here, we did this, and my dragon died. And if we have nothing to gain, then my dragon died for nothing. And so, like, she's just like, she's a little pissed off, and understandably so. Tyrion's like, you could have just lied, but then Jon's like, he has to be the nobleman. He's like, no, because if I lie, then there are no more honest men in the world and stuff like that. And so they're like, well, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? So Tyrion's like, hey, let me talk to my sister. Let me bring word to my sister. Let me try and convince her, because Jaime's not going to do anything. And Jon's like, hey, she's going to kill you. And then Tyrion's like, if she's going to kill anybody, I think it'd definitely be you. So he, goes all the way to King's Landing, and he has to talk. He has to talk to her. And he meets up with Jaime, like, beforehand. And he's all like, I don't know, she might kill you. And it was like, if this is the last time, well, then I say goodbye to you. And in walks Tyrion Lannister. And this is the first time that they have seen each other in, like, years. And a lot has happened. Of course, Cersei Lannister hates Tyrion. She feels as though he was the one. She still blames him for the death of Joffrey, and she keeps on bringing up the death of her father. She's all like, "You ruined us. You killed." He's like, "You killed." She was like, "You killed our father. You made us weak." And he's all like, "I only did it because he imprisoned. He accused me of a crime that I did not commit and was going to kill me." So naturally, they have, like, this whole argument. with each other, and it's sort of like it's sort of rekindling of the family, and in this exchange he finds out that Cersei's pregnant because Cersei is pregnant, and Danny and John are talking once again with each other, and she's all like, "Yeah, I get it. You know, I respect what you did for me. Give props. I give you props because you have stood up for me. You have, you know, helped me throughout everything." And they have like, well, what are we gonna do now? And so if worst case comes to worst, we can just go back home and start from square one, where we were last time. And then all of a sudden, here comes Tyrion. He's walking by. It looks like he's by himself. It looks like he's just all by himself. And quickly behind him are Cersei and her army, and she's all like, "Okay, we're not gonna go with you directly. We're just gonna meet up with you." That's her. That's their whole thing. Like, we'll meet up with you on the battlefield. We're not gonna follow you directly. We'll meet up with you. We'll meet up with you. We'll meet up with you. That's her whole thing. And then next, we cut all the way back to Winterfell, with Sansa and Peter Baelish, and she's all like, I don't know, something's up with Arya. I feel as though something's up with Arya, and Peter Baelish is all like. He's all like, yeah, I think there's something definitely going on. He's just egging her on and sort of like being a little snaky snake, and he's being like, and he's trying to, you know, he's trying to tear them apart. Basically, he's all like, what is? He's like, we'll play a little game. This is a little game we're gonna play, and he's like, let's think of things in the worst case scenario. And by the way, that's a really awesome game. Hence the sarcasm in my voice. He's all like, let's see the worst sarcasm. He's like, let's see the worst case scenario. And Sansa's all like, okay, worst case scenario is she always, you know, she always hated me. She sees that I could have helped our father, but I didn't. Worst case scenario, she kills me. And he's all like, then what does she become? And she's all like, Lady of Winterfell. And Peter Baelish is like, who exactly is Lady of Winterfell right now? And like Sansa's like, well, that's me. And he's all like, no, what? And so he's like being a snaky snake. He's being a snaky snake, and he's, you know, snaky is being snaky. And then next we cut to, after that we cut to a scene where all the various characters with, Danny and the good guys. Danny and the good guys. That should be a good show. Danny and the good guys. And they're talking about where next to go, what is their next plan, and was it Jorah, he's all like, to their next place where they're gonna go, he's all like, I suggest that you ride. He's all like, you ride on your dragon because somebody could see you, and then, you know, oh, that's that one chick that we need to kill, bow and arrow, and then she's dead. So he's all like, I suggest that you fly. And then she's all like, nah, I think I'm sort of gonna go on boat, sort of gonna go on land. And then Jorah sees like something happening between Jon Snow and like he's sort of hinting at something, like he's all like, I don't know what's going on here. And then Theon Greyjoy, he's all like, could I talk to Jon for 1 second alone? Just 1 second alone? And then Jon's like, okay, I guess. And now we all know Theon. He was captured by Ramsay Bolton. He was tortured, so he's not what he used to be. And so you have sympathy for him because he's been tortured. He's been tortured and captured and everything. And so he's having this thing. He's all like, he's basically like, I'm sorry for everything that I did. And Jon's like, I can't accept all of your apology, but I can accept some of it, you know? He's all like, yeah. And so Theon comes into his whole thing, like, you know, he let his sister down. He let her be captured. And then Jon Snow, he's all like, you know what? Theon Greyjoy's like, you know what? I'm going to save her. And then Jon Snow's like, well, what are you doing here then? And so he's all like, okay, well, I'm going to save her. And he's all like, he talks to the men that were formerly Theon's and that escaped from that huge pirate fight. And he's all like, Oh yeah, we all pledged for our sister. We all pledged for my sister for Theona, not Theona, something like that. And this guy, the head leader that sort of looks like Theon, is all like, "Nah, she's dead. Give it up." And he's all like, "You." He's all like, "You were a coward. You ran away." And Theon's all like, "Yeah, I was. So guess what? We have to go and save her. I'm not gonna give up on her." And so the guy is like, "Okay." He's all like, "If you can get past me, you want to fight. You want to fight." And so they end up having like a really like nasty fight. And he's all like, run away because that's what you're good at. And they have this really nasty fight, and Theon is getting his ass kicked, and the guy's all like, stay down. He's all like, stay down, but Theon Greyjoy continues to get up. He's all, and then his opponent's like, stay down, or I'll kill you. But guess what? Theon Greyjoy keeps on getting up. He keeps on getting up, and it shows that Theon's back. Theon's back. He's got courage. He's got fire. He's got everything underneath him. And one of the best moments in this fight was when they go to grapple again, and all of a sudden, boom! Theon Greyjoy's opponent, I don't know his name. There's so many characters, I don't know their name. He, like, dick kicks him. And Theon's all like, hey, I don't have a dick. That's not gonna work. And he kicks him repeatedly, and then that's when Theon finally gets like the edge. He finally gets the edge in the fight, and he punches him and punches him and punches him. And it's like that scene in Fight Club, if you've seen it, where Edward Norton goes crazy on Jared Leto. He just continues to punch him. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Theon killed that guy. I'm pretty sure, but you never know. And after he gets up, he's all battered and bruised and everything, and he's all like, don't do it for me. Do it for my sister. And they're all like, yeah, for your sister. For your sister. And then he goes to the sea, collapses, gets some water, puts it on his wounds, and he's just like, okay, I won this battle, now I'm going to go save my sister. And then finally, we cut back to Winterfell. We cut back to Winterfell, and Sansa, she's looking out in the dark into the snow and everything like that, and she goes into the Great Hall, and it's her Bran, and she's all like, but she's all like, she says to a guard, summon Arya to the Great Hall. And so Arya comes to the Great Hall, and she's all like, are you serious? Are you seriously going to do this? Are you going to do this? And she's like, yeah. And so she's like, you have been accused of murder and treason. How do you answer? Lord Baelish. Oh, it made it seem like she was going after Arya when, in fact, he was talking to Peter Baelish. And Peter's all like, can you explain? Can you explain what's going on here? Because what is happening? And he's all like, you murdered my Aunt Lysa, didn't you? He's like, she's like, do you deny that? And he's all like, well, no, I did it to protect you. And she's all like, bullshit. And he's like, you also murdered this person, and this person. And then she's all like, I know you. This is me paraphrasing, by the way. I know you. You're a sneaky snake. All you did was try to turn me against my sister. That's all that you did, you sneaky snake. And he's all like, no, I would never do that. And he's all like, I loved you. And then Sansa's like, yet you betrayed me. And she's all like, I loved your mother. And he's like, yet you betrayed her. And so it's just all like, no matter what Peter answers with, it seems like Arya, my bad, Sansa has his number. And he's all like, counter. And then one of the most, like, I think, I don't want to say pathetic because it's just like, but it is pretty pathetic. Is when Peter is all like on his knees, and he's all like, please don't do this, don't do it. He's all like, I beg you. He's all like, I loved you. Like, I actually loved you. And then Arya comes in and slices his throat. Like, very nonchalantly, very quick. Blood comes all out and he's dead. The next, that was the next major character to have died in Game of Thrones. It's been a while. A lot of minor characters have died, but this is like a huge big one that died. So yeah, Peter Baelish is gone, and then we get to King's Landing, and Jamie is planning, like, okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're going to go and do this. We're gonna go, and he's laying out the plan so he can meet up with Danny and all their others, all the good guys. But Cersei's all like, come over here, let's talk. And she's all like, what are you doing? And he's all like, I'm preparing our troops to go into battle. And she basically says the whole thing was a lie. And she's all like, yep, that's not going to happen. And he's all like, what are you doing? Don't you see the threat? Don't you see the true enemy here? And she's all like, I'm going to be however I want to be. And she's just like, she's very narrow-minded in this, and she doesn't see the whole picture. She's only seeing the little tiny picture of it. And he's all like, our child is going to die. Our child is going to die if if we don't do anything. And then the mountain stops Jamie from leaving, and he's all like, what are you doing? And then she's all like, don't ever turn your back. I just said, don't ever turn your back on me. And he's like, okay, well, if this is it, then carry out the order. Tell him to kill me. Tell him to do it. And he's like, carry it out the order. And you would think, since they're in love with each other, that she would not even think about doing that. Yet, she nods her head. She's like, yeah, do it. The mountain pulls out his sword, and Jamie has this face that is like, it's totally heartbreaking. You see his heart break, and he's like, you just see his heart break in that moment. He's all like, wow, you would actually kill me. And then he's all like, I don't believe you. He's like, I don't believe you. I don't believe that you would do it. And he just walks away. Just walks away. Hound, no, not the Hound. The mountain does nothing. But it was just that moment. It's just like, damn. It's just, wow. It's just one of those moments where it's just like, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see Jamie, like, he's all like, he's heartbroken. And we get to Winterfell, because Sam has come back, and he has an interaction with Bran. And he's all like, oh, it's been a long time. He's all like, since we've seen each other. Again, that's a key thing in this season finale. Is a lot of interactions that we have not seen in a long time, or that we haven't seen at all. And so he's all like, oh, one of the funny moments in this episode, in this interaction, he's all like, so what happened when you made it past the wall? And Bran's like, oh, I became the three-eyed raven. And Sam's like, oh, okay. He has this very like tone that he's like, cool, I guess. Cool, I guess. And so he's all like, Bran is like, why are you really here? And he's all like, well, the army of the dead is coming, so I'm here to help however way I can. I'm here to help. And then so we get to the flashback of the Targaryen and was it Lysa? I think it was Lysa. And there was like a tale that like the Targaryen had like kidnapped her and like forced her in rape and stuff like that. But he's like, no, it turns out it didn't happen like that. It turns out that they were in love with each other. He loved her and she loved him. And we get Jon knocks on Dany's door. He just looks at her. Johnny. I don't know why I said Johnny. Jon Snow. My bad. Dany lets him in. They just look at each other. They don't say a word to each other. Close the door. Tyrion's looking at him. I thought it was Jorah looking at him. I thought that would have been a little more interesting to have Jorah look at him. But it's Tyrion just looking at the door closed. And he has this face like, what's going on? And it turns out he's all like, what's it called? Bran is still telling. He's like, his name is Aegon Targaryen. That's his actual name. Jon Snow is Aegon Targaryen. So he's like, he was never a bastard. He was Aegon Targaryen. He's like the next person in line for the throne. And then we cut into a scene of Dany and Jon doing it. They're doing it in the bed. They finally get it on. and they are related to each other since they're Targaryen. But then again, I don't think anyone cares since Jaime and Cersei have done it, and no one really cares. But they're like, yeah, they're like official. They can now put on their Facebook profiles that they are in a relationship and they are seeing each other. Um, and we okay. There's something else that happened. Minor thing, but between Sansa and Arya, but we're not going to talk about that because it wasn't really important. Finally, we get to the final most important part. Everyone at the wall, the A team, the A team that it's helped capture the White Walker, and everyone at the wall is there, and finally, they see the White Walkers, and finally they are here. They are here. They finally have reached the wall, and you see their numbers. That is a lot of numbers. That is a lot of people. And they're like, okay, as long as they don't come up, as long as they don't come up, they can't do anything, right? Here comes the dragon. Here comes the dragon. The dead dragon has completely tears the wall down. He's got like blue breath. He's got ice breath. Just completely tears the wall down. And the destruction is catastrophic. There is so much destruction. And I'm pretty sure everyone in the wall is dead. I'm like 99.99% positive that everyone at the wall is dead. And the thing that makes you be like, God damn, is after the wall is destroyed, you just see all of the dead. All of the dead. And the fact of the matter is, the wall, that is a huge and a massive thing. The wall is a huge and massive thing. And that's taken years, not only to build, but it's been up for ever. And then all of a sudden, it's taken down in a matter of seconds. In a matter of minutes, it is taken down. And of course, the one who is riding the dragon is the one to kill, who killed the dragon and who killed Dany's original dragon. Now he's the one that's riding it, and just completely the wall is taken down. Now there's nothing in between. The White Walkers, they're coming, and their numbers are huge. Oh my God! It's just now we gotta. I'm pretty sure next season is going to be the final season. But holy cow, what an awesome season finale. A lot happened, as you can tell, and just the sheer amount of suspense, that is happening, that is going to happen. We don't know what is going to happen we don't know what's going to happen in the next season, in the next episode, because guess what? The White Walkers, they're no longer coming. They're no longer invading. They have invaded. And they are coming, to destroy. They are coming to destroy everything, anything and everything. And that's exactly what's going to happen if Cersei does not get her shit together. If she does not get her shit together, then everyone is going to be dead. But then again, George R.R. Martin, he could be for that. He could be all positive for that. We never know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Next season, a whole season that we're going to have to wait until we figure out what is going to happen. Another thing that I was like, damn, this season was short. Only 7 episodes. I'm like, damn, it just started. I just started doing the episodes, the discussions for this show on YouTube, and then just like that, it's gone. But yeah, it's very exciting to see what is going to happen next on Game of Thrones. It always keeps you guessing. And never rule out anything because nothing is for sure when it comes to Game of Thrones. Um, okay, I don't have anything else to talk about. I've been talking about it for 30 minutes now. So I have nothing else to talk about other than it was an awesome episode. Awesome episode. Do me a favor, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this episode. Was it good? Was it bad? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you want to see more content like this on a daily basis, then make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I also talk about professional wrestling a lot, if you guys are into that as well. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comment section below. If you want to see more content like this on a daily basis, then make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And I'll see you guys as soon as I can next time when we talk about Game of Thrones. I'll see you guys as soon as I can. Goodbye.